watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. A lot of news to get to, but first, checking your forecast for tomorrow. A live look tonight at the White House. Pretty clear night out there. You can see the flag top of the White House blowing just a little bit out there. And we do have some big changes happening with the weather. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb here. And Janessa, I guess when we all head to bed tonight, we can probably turn off the heat.
Yeah, definitely. You have temperatures that are back into the middle 50s for overnight lows. So going to beat some record for lows tonight across multiple sections of the DMV. We do have a few light showers right now that are invading northern Virginia. They're very light in nature. And so this was just round one of the rain that we are watching on currently. Another bigger wave that will be highly impactful to you all day Wednesday. So tomorrow is rain gear is handy all throughout the day. And that rain doesn't push out until about 8 o'clock. Temperatures right now at the 9 o'clock hour, 54 degrees under overcast skies. The southerly breeze, that's the big talker, and that's why wind advisories are really in place in most sections of the DMV. They have just spread into areas of Fairfax County, portions of southern Maryland, and so that tan color is that advisory. That's going to stay in place all day tomorrow with gust potential up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Really across all of the continental U.S., this is the deep south. This is the upper Midwest, Midwest right here, and then the upper Tennessee Valley. You can see a wave of high wind advisories, and even Chicago at this point is dealing with a tornado watch because we have a severe weather aspect because temperatures are so toasty. Mild overnight, we're talking around 3 a.m. near 60 degrees, and then starting off your day, we're back into the lower 60s. We have a lot of rain to talk about with a good amount of accumulation. We'll take a look at timing and totals coming up. Chris?
All right, Janessa, we'll see you then. Thanks. Just in tonight, quite a scare for people attending tonight's WMATA budget hearing. Officials say a person was injured after a tow truck cable hit a window at Metro's headquarters tonight. You see these pictures here of the scene shortly after this happened. Now, we're told one person was hurt, taken cover and is being treated for minor injuries. Metro officials said the hearing was paused out of an abundance of caution, but resumed around 7:30. All right, DC's troubled 911 call center is launching a new system for processing emergency calls. Powerphone Total Response is intended to help callers get emergency help quicker. But some argue the system alone, well, it's just not enough. Mariel Carbone joining us live tonight in our newsroom. And Mariel, some are skeptical about how this new system will actually work.
Yeah, that's right, Chris, and that is because we know that this system has been plagued with issues over the years, many of which we've covered here on DC News Now, like crews being sent to the wrong locations or long delays in answering 911 calls. So those I spoke to tonight are not convinced that the new protocols in this system will help any of that.
I've had a lot of experience and not very many good with OUC.
For district resident Colleen Costello, her pain is still fresh.
Still horrible.
Costello lost her dog Maple in August when 911 calls made to report flash flooding at district dogs were mishandled by DC's 911 call center, the Office of Unified Communications. So her confidence in the call center?
10%. Very low.
The agency is hoping to change that. Tuesday, it transitioned over to a new 911 call processing system, Powerphone Total Response.
Unfortunately, I think district residents are about to be made into lab rats so that we can experiment with Powerphone.
According to its website, Powerphone standardizes emergency call handling with 80+ integrated protocols for police, fire, and emergency medical dispatch. On their screen, call takers will see tabs like these with drop-down questions to ask based on the emergency scenario. And the idea is to give call takers more flexibility in handling calls and instantly get information to dispatchers. OUC Director Heather McGaffin saying in a statement, this system offers a proven questioning approach that enhances caller and responder safety.
Things are up and running. I'm glad to hear that.
Still, Dave Statter, a public safety advocate, is skeptical.
My big question for this is why now?
Statter says the new tech doesn't address major issues he sees with the agency.
Blown addresses, duplicate calls, the failure to answer 911 calls promptly.
I hope to God we can improve things. Maybe Powerphone will work, but I think there's so much more that needs to get done.
And I did reach out to Powerphone for this story for an interview, but did not hear back. Chris Costello says she is putting the responsibility onto Councilmember Brooke Pinto to oversee this transition and to make sure that there's some transparency here. Pinto is over public safety, and we do know she wrote on social media yesterday that she does plan to monitor the rollout of this and make sure everything is going smoothly. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, we'll see what happens. Marielle, thank you. Well, there's now another effort to prevent crime here in the district. Councilman Robert White is unveiling 3 new bills he dubs Safer Today, Safer Tomorrow. They're all directed at keeping young people on the right path. Now, the first bill focuses on expanding career education for students and young adults. The second bill would create a new youth mentorship program. The third bill calls for better school attendance tracking. It would also allow schools to offer support sooner to struggling students. Several council members have announced support for the bills so far. Well, happening again in Northern Virginia tomorrow, Fairfax Connector buses will not be running as union employees strike for a 7th day. Employees are calling for better wages and benefits. Union leaders have met with transit company Transdev, but so far the two sides have not been able to reach a deal.
We just want to be able to live and take care of our family. It takes me 2 paychecks just to live close to my own job.
Well, the union and bus operators are scheduled to meet again on March 5th. That's Tuesday. We're told federal mediators will be there to try and help. Well, 23 people now without a home, 1 person in the hospital in critical condition after an apartment fire in Northwest D.C. Our Daniel Hamburg talked exclusively with the woman whose apartment went up in flames.
The woman who lives in the apartment where this fire started tells me it sounded like a bomb going off. You can see some of the debris left over and, of course, the burn patterns on the building where this massive fire happened. Cassandra Israel was on the way to bed when the fire started.
I just heard a loud boom noise, and I looked outside of my door of my bedroom, and I seen flames.
She says an e-scooter that a friend brought over was charging before it exploded.
I went into the hallway and grabbed a fire extinguisher. Some man here was trying to put the fire out, but as we was trying to put the fire out, it just kept escalating more and more.
Israel was treated for a sprained ankle. She credits her adult daughter helping her get out.
I just thank her, because if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be dead.
She says her friend was taken to the hospital with serious burns and smoke inhalation, but he's alive. 75 firefighters and 16 fire trucks helped rescue 5 people from the 2nd and 3rd floors. Others were rescued from inside or sheltered in place. 2 dogs and a cat were also rescued. So again, 23 people displaced, 9 families in total. The American Red Cross is providing financial assistance. Israel says she'll be in a hotel tonight. DC Fire and EMS says the cause as of right now is undetermined. In Northwest, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, this is the second time in D.C. in just a matter of days that a lithium-ion battery may be to blame for causing an apartment fire. On Thursday, hazmat crews were called to a building in Woodley Park after an electric skateboard caught fire while charging. Now, D.C. Fire and EMS saying if you have an e-scooter or skateboard, it is crucial that you stick to the manufacturer's charging cables. They say to stop using your device if the battery starts to emit an odor, if you notice fluids leaking, if there's a change in color, if it's too hot to touch, or if it starts making odd noises. Meanwhile, in southeast D.C., a house fire displays 1 person and injured dogs. The video here shows flames tearing through the home near Eli Place and Minnesota Avenue. Fire officials say the fire extended into the attic of this 2-story house. Now, the dogs injured were treated at the scene and taken to the vet. Fire officials say the cause of the fire remains under investigation tonight, and the Red Cross was notified. There are no reports of any other injuries. Well, hope tonight is dimming that a couple who used to live in Falls Church, Virginia, and missing at sea will be found alive. Police in the Caribbean say Kathy Brandel and Ralph Hendry's yacht was hijacked by escaped prisoners last Monday. Grenada police say it appears the couple was killed and their bodies dumped overboard in the ocean. We're now hearing from a Rhode Island husband and wife who are friends of the couple for close to a decade. Both lived on their boats for some time and would spend their summers together. They last saw the couple in November, helping them bring their boat down to the Caribbean.
They left an open invitation with us where they actually said, if you want to spend the winter with us, you can stay with us on the boat. We'd love to have you. We couldn't, and then they invited us to come down to Grenada during any part of the winter time. You know, just come down for a week or two and hang out with us because they knew how much we loved it there.
Well, the Rhode Island couple says they are devastated by this news and never could have predicted something like this would actually happen. But they're still holding out a glimmer of hope their friends will be found. As for those escaped prisoners, police in Grenada have launched a separate investigation into how they were able to escape from their holding cell. We'll keep you updated as we learn more information. Well, we have learned a man accused of stealing a Fairfax Innova hospital ambulance is now out of jail on bond. Ricky Lowe was taken into custody over the weekend. He'd been on the run for several days after leaving the hospital with an IV in his arm. Police say he was a passenger in a stolen car that crashed earlier in the day back on February 19th. Well, in Prince George's County, FedEx Field is getting a bit of a facelift worth millions of dollars in the coming months. The Washington Commanders announced more than $75 million worth of investments under the team's new ownership. Our reporter Jan-Marie Sisse live tonight at FedEx Field. And Jan-Marie, I think it's safe to say the stadium definitely needs some TLC.
Yeah, I'm a Prince George's County native, born and raised here, and this stadium definitely needs some work. Now, according to the Commanders, FedEx Field will be able to see some new upgrades this next season, and we're talking about a better food and drink options. We're talking about better seating and a lot of new infrastructure around the stadium. Now, a lot of fans I spoke with today say it's definitely needed.
Everything's old in there, man. It's time.
Timothy Johnson visits FedEx Field often, and he says the stadium definitely needs some work.
If we can get some good stereo systems, some good seating, some good bathrooms, yeah, it'll be a good time.
And now those changes are coming soon. On Tuesday, the Commanders announced the total investment to stadium improvements now stands at more than $75 million. Back in September, the team announced a $40 million investment towards improvements.
I think it's a lot of money, and I think that the FedEx Field needs it. It's been a while since they renovated.
The team says the upgrades include new premium seating options and suites, better food and drink options that you can also get a lot faster with a new concept, and a sound system upgrade, which Johnson says is definitely needed.
The audio was bad last time I was here.
The stadium will also get a structural refresh, upgrades to elevators and escalators, and an improved parking and security system to help fans get to their seats faster.
I'm looking forward to the renovations and having a good time.
Yeah, so the team says that all of these changes will be made during the off season, and we can expect some fans to see these changes in the next season in 2024. We're now reporting in Landover, Maryland. I'm Jan-Marie Sisse, DC News Now.
All right, hopefully upgrade some wins as well. Jan-Marie, thanks. Well, tomorrow the House will vote on a bill to give DC control of the old RFK Stadium site. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton introduced that bill. So under the proposal, DC would get a 99-year lease with the National Park Service. The site could be used for a number of purposes, including a new stadium for the Commanders. We'll hear what people living in that area have to say coming up in our next half hour. Well, in Prince George's County, several community leaders, they were honored during a Black History Month celebration today, including one of the first Black officers to join the Prince George's County Police Department. Alonzo Daniel Black Jr. joined the department in 1967. He eventually became the county's first elected African-American sheriff. After receiving today's honor, Black says he is grateful for the recognition.
The hardest thing I've had to do today is hold back the tears. I've been so joyful and so thankful.
Congratulations. The theme of this year's celebration is Black Arts Excellence. Well, D.C. police officers were at D.C. News Now this morning for a report that someone in the building may have had a gun. No gun was found. Our employees evacuated the building as a precaution, and about 90 minutes later, officers gave an all clear. Now, one person was escorted out. Nobody was injured. And in a statement, our vice president and general manager saying, in part, the safety of our employees always is our top priority.